welcome back to Tales to Testimony Season 2. We are on our 7th episode and I'm so excited about this. We're in our new year. I'm excited about that too. I hope the year's been great for all of you so far. Just let me know in the comments how 2022 looks like you in the beginning. Coming back to today's guest, he's wonderful and amazing person. He's a dear friend, founder director of Spikenet Global. It's a name that you all might be knowing. If you don't know, I'll put the links down here and you can go follow. He is one of the most creative humans that I know. He makes movie, does editing. He's a worship leader. He plays. He preaches. I don't know if there's anything he can't do. Please help me welcome Steve James. Hi, Steve.
Hi. Do I shake your hand?
You can or you can't.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Okay, so I did a little try to introduce you. So I want to ask you, if you were to introduce yourself, how would you do that?
That's a good question. How would I introduce myself? I would say I'm someone who loves, I love fun. I would say most people know me probably for someone who's always goofing around. I was always that kid in school or at home that would always be making jokes or just having fun. And so even to this day, I think I'm just around creatives because at least we get to have fun. We get to take serious things and make them fun and simple, So if I'm describing myself, I would like to say I'm someone who really does try to get fun out of life,
Wow, that's very beautifully put.
Wow, thank you.
So are you ready to jump into the serious questions now?
So excited. Never been more excited in my life.
Okay, so the first question would be, tell me where were you born and to whom, a little about your family, who all are there in your family, to whom were you born and where?
So I was born in Burundi, Africa. So Burundi is a small country in Central Africa. It's next to Rwanda, Congo, Tanzania. And we have Lake Tanganyika right there separating Tanzania and us. And so grew up there, but there was a civil war. It's a country plagued with civil war. I mean, most people know Rwanda is that country that was mostly in the news, but we also were plagued with civil war. And so growing up in that, my parents were really active. So my dad still does peacemaking, does a lot of conferences like that. And my mom works in government, and they've both been very active in promoting peace, in doing what they can to make society better. People I really respect. So I would say one of the things about my family is that we also valued education. And so my parents, both of them, got their masters and got their higher education. So they always made sure all of us got higher education. So that's something I really valued from them. Nice. And so, most of you might not know where Burundi is, but look it up on the map.
Yes, it's there on the map.
Yeah.
Do you have siblings?
Yes, I do. I have an older sister called Divine. So she usually she's between New York and Nairobi. So she works as an executive at a company called Cellulant.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's into marketing. She's a chief of brand for the company. So it's a FinLit. It's a financial institution. It's the PayPal, I would say, or the Google Pay type of that. It's a Pan-African company. And then I have a younger sister, Esther. She's married, and she's in the States. Okay. So she's in Ohio. And then I have another younger sister, Noella. Okay. She's also in the States, lives in Mount Vernon. And then I have 2 younger brothers, Jonathan and Sami. We call him Sami and Jojo. But Jonathan and Samuel. So they're with my parents.
Wow. How was it growing up with a bunch of siblings in a house that was full? Again, you just mentioned the earlier stage where you were in Burundi, the war broke out. Do you remember anything from that? How was it, like a little child, knowing that your country is in war and there are people dying and people fleeing for their life? So how was that growing up, and also just a house full of siblings? How did that look like? You guys were close?
I mean, one of the most interesting things is that I would say you know, because like when you're a kid, you don't really get to process some of these hard things, you know. So I don't remember processing really that hard, you know. You just like are doing life, and you're just too young to even like process some of the hard things that you see until later on. You're like, oh, maybe this affected me. But yeah, I would say probably the biggest thing that's affected me about that whole situation is coming to learn how much. I mean, I would say if you know you are like it's kind of like here, maybe like the tensions between Pakistan and India. It's like that similar thing in our country, except we live in the same country. There's like a tension between these two tribes, and it's kind of like that thing where it's like if you marry the other tribe, like people don't like it. You know, we don't cross marry. We don't, you know, those kind of things. Like your parents grow up, it's like you can't trust the other tribe or the vice versa. You know. So I think those were like some of the challenges that came from like the war, and I think it came from also colonization. The mentality that came from the Britishers. Actually, it's Belgium colonized us. So the idea of like one, you know, group or tribe was elevated above the other, and so it just kind of remained in our country. So, yeah.
So we'll come back to that, but what it was, okay, we stay there, and I want to ask you at the same time. Growing up in a scenario like this, how did your schooling look like? The early stages of schooling, did it affect your early education, or was education easy for you to have?
Yeah, I mean, so growing up, like I told you, my parents really valued education. So we put that as very important. And I mean, I shifted to Kenya where I did most of my schooling.
Okay.
And so because they're like an English medium country, because of the British and everything, so I was educated. I was like, it didn't really, because we moved right away.
Okay, nice. So how were you in school? Were you a studious kid? Were you notorious? Were you good in studies? Were you good in creativity? Were you...
You know, I was I was top of like I was like in that top like 5 like
Wow.
yeah, like I was, you know, it's kind of awkward to talk about it on an interview, but yeah, I was always like someone who really valued learning. So yeah, I remember in primary school, secondary school, yeah, I mean, I was up there.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's nice. So, where you grew up, did all your education in Kenya itself, or you moved somewhere? Where did you do your college and stuff?
So I did my college in the States, like,
Okay.
because like I grew up in the States from like 12, 13, so middle school, high school, and college.
Oh.
So that, I think it was just a kind of like a shift, right? From, I think one of the biggest challenges I would say was just in Africa, there's this like tough mentality, like you have to learn everything like a certain way. Where in America it's a bit easier. They give you like calculators and stuff. Like where in my country they're like, hey, you need to memorize all the multiplication tables. You need to know it.
Same in India.
Oh, my friend, yeah. I remember going to America and they give you like you can use a calculator in a test. I was like, America is so nice.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But from the good parts of having education being so easy in the States compared to in Africa, how is it to have a culture shift when it was a different thing from moving from Burundi to Kenya for sure, but moving from Kenya or moving from Africa to the States would have been different. So what were your experience? Was your experience very easy, going smooth, gelling with the kids there or growing up?
I think the first couple months were hard. They were really hard because, I definitely am a mama's boy. Like, so I remember just having times where I would just like kind of withdraw and just start crying, because I'm in middle school, like I was also a crybaby, I ain't gonna lie. So, it was also hard because, like the food is different. But I think the blessing of being me is like, or the personality that God has given me, it's easy for me to like mingle with people. Like I'm pretty easygoing. So I was able to make friends fast, I guess, but I did have difficulty. I remember some nights I would just pray. I was like, God, I just want a friend, because I would go to school because I look different, I sound different. They would make fun of my accent because I didn't speak like them. I would say things wrong, so they would mock me. I would say things or maybe use words that they were bad words in America, but for us they weren't bad. So they would make me say them as a joke. So there's like those things that happen kids are so mean. like, but I think from that, I really got to learn a lot. I would say like the biggest thing I learned is, man, I think there's like a level of like losing trust in people that I still think like I'm still working through. When you see how people can use people, when you see how people, like in a sense, when you're good to them, when you're useful to them, then they will be around. So in a sense, like sometimes people I would see, they will be my friend only to get entertainment or to entertain their friends. But then it was like only for that, right? So I would say there's like a lot of things that were hard that I think definitely affect me today. But also I think have made me stronger in a sense because I don't get really hurt even if people leave my life today, Like I don't take people so seriously to a point where like I'm so broken. So because I move around, like I'm living here now, doing school here, doing, different things. So I think it's helped me to realize, everyone is weak. People make mistakes. So I would say it definitely did affect me a lot.
So I want to ask you, when you were in that age, I assume it was your teenage, right? When you were in the middle school, high school and stuff. So when you having a lot of emotion, like teenage, you go through ups and downs of emotions in that age, and at the same time that you are feeling like you don't have friends in this country and you're making fun of. It somewhere sets you back, leads you to a place that nobody should be, causes you, if not depression, some areas of it, you have the effect of it, of feeling lonely or feeling that nobody understands me or everybody is mocking me. So being there, how was it? I know you were always close to God because you mentioned that you always used to pray and talk to God. And I want to ask, how did you come out of it? Like if somebody is there out there, any kid watching from Africa moves to US and be in the situation that you were, what helped you to come out of that situation or navigate through that situation?
I mean, I think just growing, I feel like, I heard this quote once that says, we're wounded in community and we're healed in community.
So well said.
So like, so what I would say is like people hurt me, like, and I don't blame, the thing is I also was mean sometimes, not sometimes, probably a lot. But I would say one of my friends, Michael, I remember I wanted to be a basketball player. I really loved basketball. I loved to play basketball. And he would teach me how to play. He would be with me, and so like there was times when he was like a friend I could confide in. We're still pretty close to this day. There's someone, my friend Evan, in college that was there for me like when things were like difficult. So I would say sometimes it's just finding that one friend, that really helped me. I would say in that same way, like there was like a lot of hurt, from community, but it's funny how one good friend can really heal a lot of,
Wow.
yeah.
So good. So now that you were in the States, you're in America, now that you passed that stage of not having friends to moving to having friends, liking the country, getting settled, where in the way did India came that you picked India to do your education, further education, and like how did, like, because moving from a small country to a big land like the US, and then thinking to coming to another small land like India, how did that transformation happen?
So I just finished some of my education in the States, and it was like in 2016, and I don't know, I think I wanted to travel a little bit as well, and so one of the things during that time, there was like this, ISIS was like really big at that time.
Okay.
So it was in the news. So because I told you guys like I did my studies in medical stuff, so I was thinking I was just gonna volunteer with the Red Cross and go in the Middle East and help in Jordan at that time.
Okay.
But you know, that I was talking to some of my friends who had done it. I knew that had volunteered with the Red Cross and to help like refugees and stuff like that. So in college, I'd done like I would go to the inner city to help people to pass out food, or we had this club where we would do those kind of like outreach activities to just help people, and so I always wanted to do things like that. So I remember one of my friend always wanted to come to India. He had a passion for India, so I never even thought about India at all. And so he was the first person I would say. His name is Rico. So he like was the one that was like, dude, I always want to go to India. I feel like this is where I'm supposed to go and like live and do this. And so because he was one of my best friends, I just like started looking into it, and eventually came in 2017. Did like some classes, like some language classes, and then I did my master's, in social work because. It's like a special course. It's like a UN course called at the Malevia Center for Peace Research. So it helps you understand how development and conflict kind of come together. How countries who are more developed, they have like more peace usually, and how countries that are less developed, like there's more injustices done to the people, kind of thing. So how like when you increase development, you also increase like peace and less conflict. So things like that.
So I want to again ask you, when India came to your mind or coming to India, why particularly was Varanasi the place that you moved to?
Honestly, it wasn't because the university is there.
Okay.
And my friend had visited there.
Okay.
And I think because when you look at India, when you sometimes hear about it, even in movies, outside of like they show Varanasi because it's very colorful.
Yeah.
Like the river, the boats, like the life, the galleys, like everything is lively, and I think that's like everywhere, in every culture, they show things that they don't see in their own culture. So in a sense, when they're in Africa, they show villages and animals, because there's no safaris here. There's no big animals here, right? I mean, there are elephants and stuff like that, but, for people who have never been to Africa, they think about the safaris and the huts and the village life, So, but then people are shocked when they go there and there's like normal cities, that look like Hyderabad or that look like Delhi,
Yeah.
So it's the same thing, I feel like for us, when we think about India, we would see things like Varanasi because it's like a cultural center. It's a cultural capital of India. And so I really came to fall in love with it because me, I'm like a high energy kind of person. I can be that person that's like, I want stimulation and I want to be active. So Varanasi, I think, proved to be like a fun place. I love riding my bike because it's just like anything could happen. Woo, woo,
Yes, so the gullies in the Varanasi are very narrow.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're full of fun. You never
Full of fun. That's true. You never know. Is a cow coming? Is a goat coming? Like what's coming around the corner, So
good.
yeah, I enjoy it. But also, like my university is there. It's like BHU, it's like one of the top universities here in the country. So yeah.
Nice. So, okay, now that you're here in India, you're studying, now that you're here in India and you're studying, you're settled in Varanasi, you're helping with the community there. In midst of all of this, something like Spikenet, I just want to share something that Spikenet Global, if you don't know, please go search on Instagram. There were a bunch of pages. They are doing a lot of things. They're doing podcasts. They're doing collective nights. They're doing a lot of things that I can't even name, but it has made an impact in this country and is making an impact globally. There is a Spikenet Africa as well. So I know people know about the name Spikenet, people know about the impact. A lot of people might not be knowing that you are the face behind it because it's as it goes. There's a lot of collaboration happening. There's a lot of collaboration. There's a lot of faces. But I want to know where and what caused it to birth out from you and how it came to the picture. When you moved to India, did something like this or starting something like this was always in your mind?
No. I mean, I would say Spikenet is like just a bunch of volunteers. Like we're just
Yeah.
all a bunch of volunteers who love creativity, love to see that happen more. You know, because it's like a global family. I say it's like not just like Indians. It's like Africans. Like like it's like a global family. I would say, and I I don't know. I think it was I went to like a songwriting camp, and from there I remember I was in a service, and there was this time when I just heard the word alabaster, and that's kind of what helped me to kind of like find out what spikenard was, and then I came to find out that spikenard is actually the ointment that was
The alabaster jar.
in the alabaster jar. And I started looking it up. I was like, is there something like this? And then I found a podcast that spoke about how spikenard is like the supreme. It was so expensive, right? And what I guess is said about Mayor of Bethany is, however, everything that is about what we do or who we are, like her story will be told. And so for me, I was like really impressed. I was like really awestruck. And so I actually wanted to capture that, and I wanted to encourage people to live an extravagant, because like for me, I feel like I try to be, just be authentic, be extravagant, and honor extravagantly. And I felt like, she was a girl that really did that. And so I wanted to kind of, I guess build that. I mean, it started out with just calling my friends, and we would just like honor them, ask them their story, ask them what projects. And I try to be very practical instead of like over spiritualizing everything. And so like, hey, what are you actually working on? How can we like practically bless you or be a blessing? And that's all. Like I would say the core value is just honor. Like how can we honor and like see you for what you're bringing to the table. Yeah.
Wow. You guys are doing some remarkable work in the country. So thank you for just honoring the word God gave you and just moving forward and doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
I've been blessed by it. I know a lot of you been blessed by it. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, of course.
My next question to you would be, what is you've been doing with Spikenut, and even apart from that, you've been doing a lot in the area of creativity. So I want to ask you, what's your take on creativity, worship, and content creating? How do you approach it?
That's a good question. That's a
Thank
really
you.
good question. So I mean, for me, I have this thing called like launch 1,000 ships. Like I talked to some of my friends about it. So, in creativity, like people are so different. It's like you never know what might hit with people. Like, cause like one thing I've learned is people's personalities really do determine their taste in fashion, in food, in any kind of creative works that people do, in music, taste. And so for me, I always say like the approach is try different things. Don't be afraid to just like niche yourself. Like find what works, and then if you find like that niche, just go with it. And I think even we've tried that in Spikenard. Sometimes we've like tried different things, and I think that's kind of what people know. It's like some seasons it seems like Spikenard is doing everything, and then we come back down and we're like, okay, that didn't work. Does this work? We'll do live events, we'll do like digital, like meaning like online events, we'll try everything, from social media events. So we are always trying to figure out, always trying to just like launch things. We're not afraid to fail in that sense. So that's kind of how I approach it, is just try it, just go for it, fail.
It's okay to fail.
It's okay to fail. Yeah.
Nice. That's a good tip right there. It's okay to fail. Okay, now moving to another side of your life. You're an engaged man.
I am.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're engaged to this wonderfully beautiful woman called Alicia. And I want to ask you, would you mind sharing your story, your love story? How did you guys meet? How did these two countries come together?
So I met her in 2015, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, and we were at a bonfire in Colorado. So I was with my friend Rico that I told you, and we were at a bonfire, and we were in the same talent group. So I was doing. She was supposed to be doing a hook. I was supposed to be doing a rap, and then we had like another friend Colette who was doing something else. Like it's like a song that we had to put together.
Okay.
And so actually, she said she remembers me being shy because I was supposed to be like rapping about like different cities that everyone was from.
Can you rap that a little bit?
I forget. Like I forget where everyone was. Like, but I became shy. I became stage shy. Where she's not really stage shy. But sometimes like I do freeze, you know. So that was one of the things that actually, I guess at that time there was like nothing, of course. But then we were in the same kind of like friend group. And then she actually had come to India as well, and she was studying at the same place, and so we got to know each other like that.
Okay.
And I would say, she probably would be a better person to talk to about this story, but it was. I think I would say this, like the thing that I love about her, she's like a
Yeah.
really hard worker, and she's like someone that has stood by me, and just has. She's honestly like, if anyone knows us too, she's tougher than I am.
Yeah.
Where I'm a little bit more like, chalaga, things will, For her, dude, like, she's like, I would say like a true creative because, like, she's like a perfectionist. You know those creatives like a perfectionist? If something is not done well, it's not gonna go. For me, like a font can be off.
Yeah.
Like something can be off. But for her, she's like a true, to the bone, like wants things to be perfect. She checks everything. And so I really appreciated that, how she really loved her passion. She's really good with like children and like really good, like the way she takes care of people, really generous, really has like her vision straight. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, we definitely did struggle in the beginning, because with two different cultures.
Yeah.
It's always bound to have like a little bit of challenges. And so we started talking in 2021, started to like talk to her in like an intentional way. But then, it got really hard because it was like long distance. And then this last year, she came back, was like, I ended things. She came back and then, I was like, hey, I'll give it a second chance. And here we are.
God of second chances.
God of second chances. Yeah.
Thank
I'm a
you.
little bit stubborn, like I was like, I'm done with this. I'm not, But yeah, my friends, they're like, come on, man, just do it. Just give it a second chance, see how it goes. And so, but it's been amazing. I think one of the things about relationships, we all grow. And I think that's one thing I've learned is being willing to grow myself, being willing to be like, okay, I need to change as well. Not always like her or what I see in her. She also sees things in me that.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah.
Something that you mentioned was my second question, that how it is to connect when you're from two different countries, grow up in two different cultures, coming together. From my story, though me and Ebison are from the same country, the same language, but we see a lot of difference just because he has grown up in the US and I've grown up in India. But for you, it's like completely somebody who is different language, different country, just to help out somebody who would be in the same things. What helped you? What like even giving the second chance to it? What helps for you guys? What works for you guys to connect?
I would say one thing that helps is that I grew up in the States. So that kind of helps in a lot of ways. But I would say in general, for anyone who's faced with this thing, I'd say give grace for people to be ignorant. There's things I'm very ignorant about, and there's things she's very ignorant about, and I can't blame her or like try to guilt her for not knowing, or even for hurting me when she just honestly didn't know any better, right? And so, or try to accuse each other of, I think it's just relationships will be hard either way because sometimes you can find someone, from a different culture, but because of your personality, it just goes smoothly. But I think even in your own culture, you can marry someone that gives you the biggest headaches, my friend. You understand the same language, food, everything, but you just want to give them one nicely. So I think that's probably the biggest thing, more than the culture differences. It's been the personality and understanding. For instance, like our communication. For me, I'm okay to talk about hard things, where for her, she wants to have times like she feels like if I ask her about her day. So one thing I'm bad at is asking her, hey, how you doing? How you feeling? What did you do today? What did you, what, I don't know. How
The
did you make
basic
your
questions.
hair? Yeah, just like checking in on like heart health. And I suck at that. I'm horrible at it. But I realized recently that's something I've been practicing is not because like we also work together. We do different things together. And so we volunteer for the same thing. So I'm always like, hey, did you get this done? Hey, did we talk about? So I'm very sometimes like, get this done. Sometimes I don't say hello, or hi. I just text you like, hey, did you get this done? Like Steven, say hi, say hello, say goodbye, So that's something, my personality is I'm here, but when I'm gone, I'm gone. Like I don't, even that's one of the biggest complaints is when I'm gone, I don't call, I don't text. But when I'm with you, I'm with you. We'll have the best fun of our lives. So that's one thing I'm working in a relationship to show our care, like to be a good listener, to be patient, and also communicate our needs. Like, hey, this helps when you do this, It helps when you give me flowers, Alicia. No, she doesn't.
Alicia, he wants flowers.
I saw something that said that men need flowers too. It was like this thing like celebrities, and it was like a few women celebrities, and there was like a guy celebrity. Like it was like on like a Oscars or like some kind of.
I guess I saw that.
Yeah, and all the women got flowers. And then one of the ladies took one flower and gave it to the guy. It's like men need flowers too. So
hey girls, you should give it. I totally give flowers to my husband. It's
you
really,
do?
Yeah, I do.
Wow, come on.
Yeah, why?
I don't know. I've never heard of it.
No, I do give flowers to my husband. I like
honestly, if I married Abison too, I'd give him flowers every day because that man is gorgeous and he's so kind. Yeah.
I've been blessed.
My friend, you're more than blessed. Hey, you have been.
Yeah,
You've
he
been
really
favored.
likes my husband.
My friend, dude, everyone loves your husband.
Yes, I know. I've been blessed by an amazing man, and you've been blessed by an amazing woman.
Amen.
So
it's like you're reminding me.
Yes, I am reminding you.
It's like that's my man. Okay.
Yes, he is. But one of the things that I just take back from what you said is so important to communicate. And again, it's so important to be willing to learn.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can be stubborn in relationships.
Yeah.
Being a newlywed, I can say that the same. Sometimes we can be so stubborn because through the years of knowing what we know, this is how we've been doing life. But suddenly somebody else is doing life with us and it's completely sharing everything. So just having that niche of I'm willing to learn is so important. So yeah, thank you for sharing that.
No,
Okay,
yes.
so the last question
okay.
would be, what are your plans and goals for this year? What are you doing in 2022?
Well, first foremost, getting married.
Whoa!
Okay? Whoa!
Yay! Let's dance!
So getting married.
Yes.
So, dude, you know what? When you're getting married, okay? When it's just you two, it's a la la boo boo boo. Once you're engaged, enter two families, okay?
Yeah.
When enter two families, all of a sudden, it's like this side wants this side wants this. You gotta listen to this, you gotta listen to that. Hey, I want this at your wedding. I want this at your wedding. I want this date. I want that date. I want my little baby on the wedding list. You know what I mean? Like everyone has wishes,
I know.
And so I think that's kind of, one of the exciting things, finances and coming together with those things and
Talk to me about that. It comes real after engagement, brother. It comes real.
Yeah. Like, so I was literally thinking, I was like, man, before engagement, it's like, la, 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 do, do, do. And then all of a sudden, reality hits.
Yeah,
Like,
I
literally,
can
Alicia,
relate.
oh, dude, Alicia and I we had to have a talk, like, hey, we're together in this, you know? Because it's her family, right? So they're telling her, like, this is what we want from Steven, or this is what I think what we, you know. And then my family, right? It's like, hey, what, you know, this is what we desire. This is what we want to do. Like, so you feel like all of a sudden Alicia and I are like standing before our family, like, okay, let's negotiate. You know, but then one of the things that really helped recently, I was like, hey, let's come together. It's our wedding. And it's almost like I just got peace to realize, honestly, my parents would do what I desire. Like if I said, hey, this is what I want, this is, you know, and then for her, you know, same thing, because they love us.
Yeah.
And so all that to say, that's like the biggest plan for 2022
Let's get married.
is like, yeah, let's get married. And yeah, I'm excited for that change and for that. I was talking to Ricky, who was like a guest on this show before, and he was saying, a lot of people sometimes think marriage will slow them down, you know, but it really does enhance and the calling. And so I'm excited for that change and to really see, you know, what life is like, and to also the challenges, you know, like, I mean, I don't know if I'm ready, but maybe you guys can help me, you know.
Yes, I can show.
But yeah, I would say that's like the biggest, like for next year. And then other things is so I'm finishing my studies as well. So looking at like what does it look like, you know, to do, because like I'm thinking about doing some other projects, you know, maybe like launch a business and different things. And so I've been like researching and trying to do some stuff. So we'll definitely keep you up to date.
Yay, this year is a great year for Steve.
Yeah, it's like a start, you know, it's kind of like, yeah, it's like, because like I think marriage, there's like a lot of things that I realize you're coming together with another person. So it's almost like you have to lay down some of the things. Of course, we'll still do like things that we volunteer, because, well, you know, for like Spikenet or different things like that. But like, okay, I'll give you an example. Like the first thing like Alicia's mom asked me is like, hey, am I going to see my grandkids? You know? So there's that desire, like, are you guys going to be living in Africa or in the States or in India? Or what happens, right? So all those things, there's a lot of things we have to lay down and come together and like, you know, really do pray and ask the Lord for his wisdom. What does he really desire for us? And then go from there, because we're both finished with school. We're both kind of jumping into a new season of marriage. It's our first year. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, introvert, I'm just glad how you just said that regardless. That's something that also worked out for me and Edison, because there was things, his family was in US, my family was in India. My family was like very chill. His family was also okay, but I know I get what you're talking about. But something that we decided on is the same thing, that we'll stick together and we'll realize that it's not my family's wedding or your family's wedding, it's our wedding. And it's not even the guest wedding, because guests will eat the food and leave. It's just both of us who will remember that one day for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're on the right road, bro. I'm excited. I hope in whichever country the wedding happens, I would be able to attend it. With that, we come to an end to the serious question.
Okay.
Now, are you ready for the fun part, brother?
Well, I hope I'm ready. This is the ones that make me nervous.
Can do this.
Okay, I'm ready. I think I'm ready.
Okay, so the first thing is rapid fire.
Okay.
You have to be very quick, okay?
Done. I'm a very quick person. Let's see.
Yes, okay. Okay, name a 4-letter word that starts with letter B.
Bone. Like bone. I don't know.
Good one. Okay, what were you afraid of as a child, if any?
Fear of falling.
Really?
Yeah, like heights.
Oh, do you still fear heights?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Okay, I
hate
know where
heights.
to take you now.
Oh, gosh. I'm always like, what if I just fall over, you know? I hate strong winds.
Okay. Have you ever been on a chat show before this?
What?
Have you ever been on a chat show before Tales to Destiny?
What's Chacho? What's Chacho?
It's like talk show.
No, not really.
Yeah, it's your first?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll frame that again. Have you ever been on a talk show before this?
No.
Okay.
No, I have not.
Okay. Would you ever try stand-up comedy?
I tried and I failed.
Really, you
Oh
did?
my goodness, it's harder than it looks. Dude, it's harder than it looks.
Okay.
But I tried it with like a friend. It was like a duo thing. And it's really awkward when you're standing up there. I don't know. It was bad.
Is there a footage of that? I want to watch.
Nah, I don't think so. But maybe my friend has.
Okay. We'll talk after the
Okay,
interview.
yeah.
Okay. The next question. Do you prefer social time or alone time?
Oh, that's a hard question.
Really? I thought it won't be for you.
I can do both. The thing is, I like
Fast
my lunch.
one.
Okay, fine. Social. I'll do social because social.
Cause social.
But it depends what kind of social. You know what I'm saying? Like some people.
Social time or alone time, Steve?
Okay, alone time.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
said two things.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how messy is your room or apartment right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I have someone who cleans. So, like, is it 1 good or 10 good or which one is good?
10 is worse, 1 is like good.
Okay, I'll do like a 3. You know, I give myself a 3.
Okay, good. Last present, okay, you have to fill the blanks, okay? Last present you gave to somebody was a?
Money.
Okay. Is there another fill in the blanks? Things that can irritate you are?
Liars.
Okay.
Dude, I hate liars. Dude, gosh. Have you ever had someone lie to your face and you know they're lying to your face and you're looking at them and you're losing respect for them? You're like, Chuma, I'm gonna give you one. Okay.
Jesus, grace.
Yeah, you like yeah, I hope all your people can speak in tongues.
Amen.
Should we pray for people to receive the gift? No, I'm joking, guys. You've just
Chill,
lost a few
chill, brother,
followers.
chill. Okay, for the
Yeah.
next one, you need a little moment.
Okay.
Tell me the 3 worship postures that you do when you worship.
What?
Worship postures.
Postures?
Yeah.
I think I have the one in my pocket just like swinging around.
You have to do it. Okay, don't stand up, but at least sit.
I mean, like in my
pockets and swinging.
And then like I have this, you know, like just like the good one. So it's like also good like if you're sleepy, like people don't know if you're sleeping or not, like this, and you just put your Bible here, and then you're like this.
Oh my goodness.
And then just like the typical, just like hands out, you know, just like ready to receive a box. Like from a loading dock, like someone is about to give you a box, you're just like this. Yeah, just like this.
That's good.
Yeah, thank you.
That's really good. Okay, we are on the last question for the rapid fire. For
this is fun.
Yeah, for this you need your phone.
Okay.
Okay, and you.
It's gonna be like, who's the last person that texted you or something?
No. Let me speak.
Okay, all right, fine.
Okay. Call your mom or your dad and say I love you and cut the call and put the phone on speaker. And I know Burundi is just 3 hours back, so they're not very late. They're up. So call your dad first.
My dad?
Yes. And I know you were trying to call your mom, but call your dad first. And if he doesn't pick, we can try mom. Just say I love you, dad, and just want to let you know I love you.
If this turns, you know, it's a wedding season, you know, it starts asking. Oh, man. Speaker?
Yes, of course.
So just I love you?
Yeah. You can bring it close to your mic.
Hello, Papa?
Yeah, my son, how are you?
I'm good. I just wanted to say I love you.
Yeah.
I wanted to just tell you I love you so much, Papa.
Yes, hi. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm very good.
He didn't listen.
Huh?
I think he didn't listen.
Okay, let me go out then we talk.
Okay, I was just saying I love you.
Okay.
I will call you. I will call you
We
later.
are talking. Huh?
I said I can call you later. I was just calling to say I love you.
Okay, how is you now?
Oh, I'm good. I'm really good.
No, you didn't send me the paper from USA.
I sent it to you on WhatsApp. Oh, I can send it to email.
Oh, you WhatsApp, you send it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I will look.
Okay, thank you. I love you so much.
I took that.
All right, bye.
Huh?
You're in the hospital?
Yeah, no, I went to see doctor and the equipment brother. They gave me a prescription. I'm going to find it again.
Okay, I'll be praying for you. I'll call you later when you're done, and we can pray.
Because I'm waiting to hear from you what we come out of USA.
Okay, okay. I'll call you later and let you know.
Yeah.
All right, bye. I love you.
All right, goodbye. Thank you.
Oh gosh.
Dude, you know,
So I like-
immigrant parents, man. You know, like,
So I like the first 2 times you said, "Papa, I love you." Okay, how are you?
yeah, the thing is, this language of like I love yous, you guys know here, like, even in India, like,
Yeah.
saying, hey, I love you randomly, it's like, what do you want? You know, like, do you want money, son? You know, like, so,
How are you?
yeah.
What's wrong?
Yeah, are you okay, son? Why you telling me you love me? You know, maybe I should do this more often. This is actually helpful because maybe I should do it more often. Do you want me to do my mom as well?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Oh, you want to say I love you to your mom?
I mean, the thing is, my mom will probably it'll be quick. Oh, no, we don't have to do it. We don't have to do it. It's fine.
You want to say I love you to your mom? You can.
Oh, dude. I mean, we're equal opportunity providers here, you
Okay.
know.
It's called.
Huh?
Give love to both dad and mom.
Well, you know, let's see what mom will be quick. I can just be like, hey, mom. She wouldn't say like, what? Are you okay? Like, are you all right? She'd be like, oh.
Oh. What if she doesn't do oh?
She might not. She's probably taking a nap. This is cool, actually. You do this with all the guests?
Okay, mom is not picking.
Yeah, you're like trying to, it's like, hey, man. All right, yeah, I think that's a wrap.
It's a wrap. So, with that was great. You
Thank
did
you.
really good.
Thank you.
Love to your papa. I hope he gets well.
Oh, yeah.
So now we move to a section of the interview where we share blast from the past.
Blast from the past. Okay.
These are pictures at some point of time that you put up on your social media. You just have to tell us what was the picture about and why was it put up and just a little bit about it. For you guys,
It's really nervous. I'm nervous.
for you guys, I'll be putting it down here somewhere. You can see. Okay. Are you ready for the first one, brother?
Yes, sister.
Okay, you have to wait.
No, please take your time. We have all the time in the world.
Okay, the first one is this. Tell me about this.
Oh, wow. So this is me.
Yes.
This is Divine, the oldest, and this is Esther. So she's the one that lives in New York and Nairobi. She's Esther. She's the one that's married in Mount Vernon, Ohio. And that's me. You know, you can tell I'm up to no good.
Why would you say that?
Dude, because I was a naughty kid.
You remember where is this picture from?
Yeah, it's in like Gitega, like where I was born, like the province.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in Burundi.
Nice. How old were you here?
Man, I don't know.
Okay.
Dude.
We move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Tell me about this cool dude.
You know, the funny thing is that's actually not me.
What?
This is amazing. Someone thought he looked like me and it was like a joke. So they posted it and I just posted it as a joke. Like, but that's not me, but it looks good.
Sorry, kid.
Do
Bye.
you think I can afford? Look at this picture. Does it look like I can afford any of this outfit, bro? We were broke. We were broke, my friend.
Sorry, kid, whoever you are.
Yeah, man. I wish I could. Oh, that boy look good.
Okay. Let's move to the next picture, and I hope it's you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy. Oh my goodness. That's my senior pic. That's one of the senior pic. I literally took a picture of this. It's like it was in our living room. So yeah, that's me. do Abercrombie and Fitch. You know,
I don't know what that means, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's like a store in America. But yeah, that's me when I was 17 years old. I was 17 years old.
And that was your favorite post? Like,
yeah, like, you know, when you're in the studio for your senior pictures, they just tell you to do stuff and you just do it. Man, I was so skinny because I used to run cross country and track, actually.
oh, nice.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, let's move to the next one.
No facial hair, man. Oh, cutie. So this was at my sister's graduation. That's my mom with like the traditional headdress. And that's me. I couldn't really tie my tie really well. But
Okay.
yeah, I thought I looked pretty cute. Oh, dude. I had acne like crazy, dude. Like, even looking at this, it gives me panic attacks. Because you know when you have acne like this bad, you think girls don't even see you. You're like embarrassed when you're talking to a pretty girl. You're like, oh my God, she's looking at my acne. Oh, my pimples. So I was going through that phase right there. Hey, my friend, look at that. But hey, I had a good smile, huh?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
You still have.
Thank you. That's the only thing I had then. I had my mom and my pimples.
I don't see any pimples in the picture.
Hey,
You
my
look cute
friend,
to me.
that's why it's whitewashed a little bit.
Okay, move on to the next one.
Oh, that's my pops.
That's your pops?
That's at my graduation. That's like right after the graduation at my house. Yeah, dude, I love that guy, man. He's a lion, you know? He goes after it. He's like, yeah, I love that picture.
So
This is
sweet.
cool.
So sweet.
Yeah. We were the lions. Blue was our color.
Oh, nice. I like how you matched with you and wore a blue shirt.
Dude, maybe I'll post this again and you just say, Dad, I love you.
And you say, okay, how are you?
Yeah. I'll put it as my, what's it called? My
DP?
DP. Yeah, send it to me. It's from
That's
my
yours.
Instagram.
That's yours. Okay, this one. Tell me about this rapper.
Okay, so this was my friend actually. His name was Nate Deasy. He was a rapper, and so I used to do like so in like rap, you have someone that usually comes on stage with you. So it's not like a one act. So I have to memorize his lines. So I'm like there to warm up the crowd. So like I would get out there before him, and as he's rapping, I would rap some of the lines with him. So this was me.
Can you show that?
I mean, you would have to have a song. Like, let's say you're the rapper.
That's
I
a
would
wrong thing to have.
Well, no, I would just be your second.
Okay.
You know, like I would come and hype the crowd up. So, you know, when you're a rapper, you want a hype crowd.
And how do you do that?
So meaning you have to have one of your friends or another rapper come on stage before you to hype the crowd up, get the music, get the DJ to like start throwing some beats, get the people up, get them excited. Then when the rapper comes out, people are already excited.
Yeah.
Because if you come to a cold crowd, especially in
I
rap,
want you to do that. Do it.
I can't do it. Like you have to have.
I can't rap, but you do something.
I mean, it's like I don't know how to explain it. So you need to have a rap song. So I'd be like, put your hands up, put your hands up, you know, like stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Good. Okay, so that's the rapper Steve Wolf. Moving on to the next. Tell me about this athlete.
So I was, a college runner.
Okay.
So this was some of the races. It was muddy over here. We used to wear short shorts. It was crazy. Man, I was ripped thin, man. Look at those legs. Now I'm like twice as big as this little guy. But yeah, I miss those days. I miss running. I miss being with like, it's actually a team. I miss like being part of a team and just doing things, yeah.
Nice. Okay, can we move on to
yeah, please.
move on to a good picture?
Oh, I know what this is.
Okay, you do?
Oh my goodness. I didn't expect that one. Yeah, that one. I had someone who knew how to rap the Punjabi thing.
Turban.
Yeah, and they just did it, and I just did that. I just loved it. Dude, I love that picture too. Yeah. So I'd go in there to visit because I really love Punjabi culture.
Yeah.
So one of the things I heard from one of my teachers was like, just naturally they said, hey, Punjabis are really generous. It's like they would say, oh, when you go to a Punjabi Sikh, like the Sikhs, like their temples, they're not temples, they're
The Gurudwara.
gurudwaras, yeah. They will give free food to the poor.
Yeah,
They
langar.
say,
It's called langar.
yeah.
Langar.
I don't know, langar,
Langar.
yeah. So I was always, when I first came, just because like I really love, I just like give an idea of generosity. And I know like, we know the principle of like reaping and sowing.
Yeah.
And I saw how, I saw like a financial map of India, of like the richest states and the richest areas, regions in India. And it's like South India is like all rich, right? Like per capita, how much like, households make, and then in the north, it's really bad. And then Punjab is the only bright, like people who make, so like they have defied the odds. And I think it's, some of it is like the generosity. So I was always really, like I love the culture. I love people who give back, yeah.
Yes. You look cute.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, now can we move to the picture that you were thinking?
I think so.
Tell me about this.
So that is me in Lamu, Kenya, asking the love of my life if she'll marry me. She was shocked because she never expected I would do it, Because like I'm a bit like of a slow, Abisen has worked with me, so sometimes it takes me a while to make a decision. This one was no different. So she was frustrated. She did not think I would even do it, yeah. And so she had met my parents, and we were with like friends in Nairobi. I have some friends like I do like Bible studies with, just hang out with, and we did this like trip. They had won this trip, as a Bible study, so they were going, and so I had her come with me. And so she never expected it. Yeah, she didn't know what was happening because it wasn't like I planned it, it was like part of like the group. So then, when she saw like that was like a real reaction, she was so shocked. She was like crying, and I asked her, hey, boo, want to be my boo thing forever? And
That's what you said?
Yeah, and those are my Crocs, the famous Crocs now. And they happen to match the boat, which is awesome. But the story of the Crocs is funny because I lost some of my slides, and I was in Kenya, and it was like at the beach, right? It's like water. And I just needed shoes that fit me. And I was actually looking for slides as well as slippers. But the slippers are really tight. That it's hard to find like nice, comfortable slippers that are cheap.
Okay.
So I found these fake Crocs, in this store. Yeah, those are the fakest Crocs I've ever seen. And I just bought them.
And you're the most honest person that I've ever seen.
Yeah, man. What am I going to lie to the people? They can tell they're fake Crocs. If anyone knows original stuff, they will tell. Bro, those are the most bootleg Crocs I've ever seen in my life. I have no shame about that. I just needed shoes to go to the ocean with that would not get wet. So I fell in love with Crocs because they're easy, you slide in, and they're really practical, I think. I'm a practical guy. Crocs are practical. Ugly, but practical.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we went from all emotional to funny in this one picture.
That's true.
And Alicia is still wrong.
Oh, dude, she is. She was undone, man. Because she never, we had a tough journey in our relationship because she had liked me for a while, and I kept saying no. So she never thought this day would come, in a sense,
Okay, let's move on to the last picture,
Okay.
which is one of my favorite.
All right.
Tell me about this.
So this one was from like our friend is a photographer. So we had like a photo shoot right before she went for sister graduation. So we had like a little, engagement photo shoot, and that's the ring,
I know, she's flaunting it.
She's flaunting it, and I don't know whose jacket that is, but I just got it from my sister's house.
I was just about to say, Steve, you look so good here. And you just say, oh, my jacket.
Yeah, I was wearing like a black t-shirt, my friend, and I just saw this jacket. I was like, I'll just do that. So yeah.
Oh, that was cute and nice and sweet.
Thank you.
Okay, so we move to the last part of the interview of Tales to Destiny, which are the assumptions that people made about you.
This is gonna be interesting.
So you don't have to explain or justify anything. You just have to say if it's yes or no, true or false. That's it.
Can I know the answer?
No. It's funny, so chill.
Okay, yeah. I just don't know what's in there.
Okay. First assumption about Steve is he's a good chef / cook.
I would say yes. I
Okay.
mean, yeah.
Okay, this is funny. Steve is half Chinese.
I would say yes as well.
What?
Yeah. Half Chinese. You can tell. Can you not tell my skin tone and my hair? Dude, that's a joke. Of course I'm not half Chinese.
I'm so
Did you really believe that?
I'm so innocent. I was shocked. How is it possible? Thought maybe your ancestor or something like
Right. Oh, if no, definitely. And yeah, Japanese did not come to my area of town.
that. Okay. Next is he likes leafy vegetables and is a pro-vegan.
That is false.
Okay.
I am far. I wish. Does my temple look like anything that eats green leafy vegetables?
Okay, next assumption about you is his laughs are all fake.
Whoa. Oh my goodness. This is
I'll
so
tell you who said
savage.
this.
This is so savage. Is he Sam Alex? Did Sam Alex say this? Yeah? I knew it. I knew it, Sam. Oh my goodness. No, the thing is, like, I actually genuinely laugh. And some people have always told me, Steven, you make me feel funny. And then I go to my other friends that try the same jokes and they don't laugh. So I hate you for that. So I have definitely got that from a lot of my friends. They say, Steven, when I'm with you, I feel like I'm a funny guy. I feel like I'm a funny girl. But then I go to my family, I go to my other friends. I am not
my
funny.
goodness.
So maybe
Okay.
it's true. Some people might feel that.
Okay.
I would say it's not, but for them, it might be real.
Okay. Next is he's getting married in 2022.
That is true. Probably the truest one.
Okay.
At least I hope, man. That would suck.
He speaks better Hindi than Indians.
That is false.
Speak something in Hindi.
I mean, you talk to me and I'll answer. I don't know.
आपका दिन कैसा था भैया?
बहुत अच्छा था. तो मैं आपके साथ ना.
मेरे साथ इसलिए आपका दिन अच्छा.
तो खाना अच्छा खाना खाता.
अच्छा खाना खिलाया मैंने.
तो हम क्या खाया?
शौरमा.
शर्मा जी.
जी. Okay, good.
तो मैं बनारस रहता हूँ तो हिंदी जरूरी है, बहुत जरूरी है.
जी, बिल्कुल.
बिल्कुल.
अभी आप चाहते हैं कि मैं अगले सारे प्रश्न आपसे हिंदी में पूछूं?
ठीक है. पूछिए.
आपको बर्गर्स पसंद नहीं है?
झूठ बोल रहा है.
झूठ बोल रहा है?
मैं बर्गर्स बहुत पसंद है.
बर्गर बहुत पसंद है.
Yeah.
ओके. फिर अगला असम्पशन ये है कि आप शादी के बाद हैदराबाद मूव हो रहे हैं.
हाँ. ये कौन है?
ये कौन है मैं नहीं बता सकती.
कौन है वो? नहीं तो मुझे नहीं पता.
नहीं
तो
पता?
योजना नहीं.
योजना नहीं की.
नहीं.
अच्छा.
नहीं बनाया.
ऐसा अगला असम्पशन ये है कि आप अपने खाना बनाने के लिए और गीत गाने के लिए बहुत प्रसिद्ध हैं.
प्रसिद्ध मतलब क्या? Like special है?
फेमस.
Famous. जी, ट्रू है.
जी ट्रू है. आखिरी असम्पशन आपके बारे में ये है कि आप अपने क्रॉक्स को हर जगह पहनते हैं और हर दिन पहनते हैं. वही नीले क्रॉक्स जो आप असली क्रॉक्स नहीं हैं.
ये सही है.
ये सही
हर
है.
जगह में पहनते हैं. Yeah, I love those Crocs. I love them too much.
Okay.
मुझे बहुत पसंद है Crocs.
जी, हमको पता चल गया, सारी दुनिया को पता चल गया इनको क्रॉक्स बहुत पसंद है. और आप हिंदी में वार्तालाप कर सकते हैं, ये भी सबको पता चल गया.
हाँ, बिल्कुल. Oh.
भैया जी भूल गए उनका कैमरा इधर है, उधर नहीं. So it's okay.
तो बहुत
सारे कैमरास हैं.
यहाँ.
Okay, that's a wrap.
With Buffalo Ranch. We rehearsed this, right? No? I'm joking. My friend used to say that. A friend used to say that.
Jesus.
Buffalo ranch, it's in America we say that. Well, at least my friends.
If you allow, can I end the
Yes.
episode? Can I?
Yes, please.
Okay, guys. This was absolutely fun. I take back so much from this interview.
Wow.
So much with our talk. So much apart from the laughters that we have. There's so much genuineness that you carry. That is in all the answers that you said. So thank you so much once again for saying a yes and coming to Tales to Destiny and sharing your real self. Your real heart and your real story with me, with our audience, and I'm so grateful for you. Before we end, is there something that you want to say?
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
I love you, Alicia. I'm trying to get brownie points.
Okay, you can say.
Alicia, I love you. Dad, I love you. Mom, my sisters, my brother. I just start naming people.
Yeah, go ahead. We can sit all night here.
No. By all means, I think that's enough.
Enough?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say before we wrap?
I love Abbyson.
Okay. Anything else? You're done? Loving
You have
what?
a really cute house. I really.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Sure?
Really nice hair today.
What do you mean by today?
Okay. See, this is what women do, huh?
Thank you, Steve-O.
Wow.
Okay. Done?
Yeah. Was I supposed to finish the tea before the end of the interview?
No, you were not. Can I end the show?
Yes, you can.
Okay, guys. I had an amazing time. I know that you are blessed with this episode. It was so great. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being with us. I know more than the laughs we had here, you had at your house as well. I'm so excited about everything that God has for him in this year and everything God has for you this year. This year, 2022, would be the greatest year of your life. This is Tales to Destiny, where we share real humans, real hearts, and real stories. I'll see you next time with another a great and amazing human. Till then, take care and stay blessed. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Am I supposed to just do this too?
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Oh, bye, guys.
Cut.
Dude, you should have said Steve in that camera. I guess you can't do
I
that
told you before.
Yeah, I know. I forgot. That was 20 years ago.